Breaking news. Former U.S. President Donald Trump is once again at the center of global controversy. Reports have emerged suggesting an elaborate and, as some critics put it, evil plan to take over three strategically vital West African nations: Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali. This alleged scheme has sparked widespread debate, with many questioning its motives, implications, and potential consequences. Let's unpack this developing story. Why Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali? These three nations, located in the Sahel region, hold immense strategic importance. They are rich in natural resources such as gold, uranium, and oil. Niger, for instance, supplies a significant portion of the uranium used by Europe for nuclear energy. Meanwhile, Mali and Burkina Faso boast vast untapped mineral wealth that could attract foreign investors. But beyond resources, the Sahel region also serves as a geopolitical hotspot, with nations competing to influence its future. Critics of Trump's alleged plan argue that it mirrors the dark legacy of colonialism, where powerful nations sought to dominate less developed countries for their own gain. They fear this move could destabilize an already fragile region. The Sahel has faced years of conflict with extremist groups, political instability, and economic challenges, making daily life a struggle for millions. Adding foreign interference to the mix could exacerbate these issues and push the region further into chaos. So, what exactly is this plan? According to unnamed sources close to Trump's inner circle, the strategy involves a combination of economic exploitation, military partnerships, and political influence. On the economic front, Trump's advisors reportedly see an opportunity to secure lucrative mining contracts and other deals that would benefit American businesses. In exchange, the U.S. would offer financial aid and investment in infrastructure projects, a move designed to win over local governments and populations. The military component of this alleged plan is equally controversial. Trump has often criticized U.S. involvement in global conflicts, yet his track record shows a willingness to use military power when it serves his interests. In the Sahel, this could mean expanding U.S. military bases, providing weapons and training to local forces, and possibly even deploying American troops. The stated goal? To combat terrorism and promote stability. But skeptics question whether the true aim is to secure control over the region's resources. Politically, Trump's plan reportedly involves forging alliances with local leaders. In some cases, this might mean supporting regimes that align with his vision, even if they lack strong democratic values. Observers worry this could undermine ongoing efforts to promote good governance and human rights in the region. However, Trump and his supporters see things differently. They argue that this plan isn't about domination. It's about competition. Over the past decade, China and Russia have significantly increased their presence in Africa. China has invested billions in infrastructure projects, while Russia has strengthened ties through military cooperation. Trump's camp believes that the U.S. must act quickly to counter these moves and reassert its influence in Africa. They claim that their approach will create jobs, boost development, and enhance security in the region. But is this the right approach? African leaders and analysts have mixed feelings. While some acknowledge the need for international partnerships, many emphasize the importance of respecting national sovereignty. They argue that solutions to the region's challenges must come from within, not from external powers pursuing their own interests. Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali are no strangers to foreign involvement. Over the years, they have faced interventions from France, their former colonial ruler, as well as other nations. Yet these efforts have often fallen short of addressing the root causes of instability. Poverty, lack of education, and limited access to basic services continue to plague the region, leaving millions vulnerable to extremist ideologies and violence. In recent years, anti-French sentiment has grown in the Sahel, leading to protests and calls for France to leave. This shift reflects a broader frustration with foreign powers perceived as exploitative rather than supportive. If Trump's plan moves forward, it risks being met with similar resistance. On the ground, the situation remains tense. Communities in Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali are already grappling with the impact of climate change, which has worsened food insecurity and forced many to migrate. Armed groups continue to launch attacks, displacing thousands and creating a humanitarian crisis. In this context, any foreign intervention must be handled with extreme care. So, what happens next? The international community will be watching closely as this story develops. African leaders are likely to seek support from regional organizations like the African Union and ECOWAS to push back against potential interference. Meanwhile, activists and citizens across the globe are raising their voices, calling for transparency and accountability from world leaders. For Trump, the stakes are high. His legacy as a controversial figure in American politics has already sparked global debate, and this alleged plan could either reinforce his image as a bold strategist or as a reckless opportunist. Regardless of the outcome, one thing is clear. The world cannot afford to ignore what happens in the Sahel. Its future will shape not only Africa, but also the global landscape in the years to come. As we await more details, it's crucial to stay informed and critically analyze the narratives being presented. Is this plan truly about securing a better future for Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali, or is it another chapter in the age-old story of power and greed? Only time will tell. Thank you for tuning in to this important update. Stay with us as we continue to follow this developing story and provide you with the latest insights and analysis.